Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Justin McKissick, Larry. I just want to make this quick video just to let y'all know how the alarm system actually sounds. I made my video explaining it, but you didn't really get a chance to hear it because I was recording on the headphones. So it looked like we may get a chance to see it because of like the market is going to continue to go up. Now, here go the alert system that went off recently. Okay, we see how the one candlestick was over once the blue and orange line was crossed over, and one candlestick form, it was a buy. The trade was open the whole time, right? Until the blue is underneath the orange, okay, and the trade was open the whole time, okay. That came up, okay, but I got in as a buy because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm actually getting better at this trading. Even it's about the more what you notice and stuff like that, and I teach this once you buy the course and stuff, like even with candlesticks. Once you see candlesticks like start being around moving averages and stuff, either it's gonna bounce off and continuously like reverse going a new direction, or it's gonna keep going back the other direction and stuff like that. Okay, so that's just something I noticed and stuff I like here when they all over it, right? And when they start going back towards it, it could be a chance it's gonna reverse. But also, I'm looking at the shape of the moving averages. I'm looking at a lot of detail here. This is just for me, so I'll be able to teach you more and more of this. I teach some of this in my course, but I'll make other courses for more deeper learning and stuff like that. But when it comes to these moving averages, boy, I would consider myself a master at this shit. Now that I'm really, really, really focused. So, like I was telling you, when one candlestick form and when the moving averages are crossed, the alert system is going to come on. And because I created the algo, I'll be able to tell you exactly when it's going to come on. Okay? But we have to focus and see what's going on. Now, just real quick, just to let y'all know, just so we on the same page, candlesticks move, they develop from left to right because of this price action right here, okay? You see how it's moving up and down? That's price action, okay? Candlesticks is nothing but a digital footprint that let us know where the price was moving and how it was acting at that time. That's why we see it. Like, you see how it's shaped right now? Like, we see how the moving average is going down, right? No, not the moving average. The candlestick is going down, right? But moving averages, let me get to the subject of the moving averages. Moving averages, what it does, it trails the direction that this price action is moving, okay? All right? So when the price, and really follow these candlesticks, when the candlesticks start going down, as it goes down, the moving average is going to start going down. This blue moving average is quicker than this orange moving average. Now, I was talking about how I thought it was going to cross over, keep going up. I don't really know what it's going to do. I'm trading based on what my algorithm tell me. You know what I mean? But I'm going to keep the trade open because I know what's going on with these candlesticks and this moving average. So I'm going to keep the trade open. But you're supposed to just trade based on what it tell you anyway. I technically don't trade on the weekend, but I'm making this video because I'm just doing a little back testing and stuff. My algorithm is made for NAS 100. You could trade NAS 100 up to 4 times. Okay? 4 times per day. You know what I mean? One of the few things that can do that because it has a lot of movement. So now that like the price is going back up, but you notice how the moving averages blue line is responding. Let's look at it closer. Look at the blue line. You see how it's responding now? It's going down. If the price continues to go up, it's gonna start going back up. If it's going down, it's gonna go down. Let me make these hollow candles so you can really see. There we go. So you see how the blue moving average now is responding. You see how it's going up because the candlestick is going up. Moving averages, all they do is respond to the direction price is going based on the speed. So you can feel comfortable buying this because you understand now how moving averages work. It took me years to develop this algorithm. I'm following the overall direction. I'm trading on the 1 minute, so I got it with a little bit of space. I don't have it really close. I could have made these closer, but then it would have been a lot more trades. I want to take less trades as possible, but trade the overall direction, okay? Again, this video is just to let you hear the alert when it come on, okay? So we got to give it an opportunity to do what it do. Back in the days, I used to try to predict it. You know what I mean? I used to lose a lot of money, but I also started learning about moving averages. See, you know what I'm saying? How I was trying to say it was going to go up. But this moving average is doing its job. When the blue is underneath the orange, price goes down, right? So you see how I could have been taking bad trades, just making bad decisions with my trading, but I trust in my algorithm. You know what I mean? And again, I could do a top-down analysis. I already know what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is going down for the year. I already determined that, and a lot of people already know. I already, told people what was going on. So I know what's going on overall. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what I mean? I still want you to see the alert system and stuff, because though you got an alert system, there's certain times where they will give you, a bunch of like little trades that may be losing trades, because it's not based on the algorithm don't work. It's based on the market condition. You know what I mean? Just like right here, you see how it's kind of flat right here? It's flat because price was all up in that area. It's flat. The more the price moves, the more it's going to be with a curve with the moving averages. Now look, see what I'm saying? This is where people lose money. Imagine if you was doing that, support and resistance and all that. You have been all confused, not knowing what to do. The moving average does its job, and it follows the direction the price is going. I'm still saying price is going to go up based on what I see with this moving average, with the main moving average. So I'm keeping the trade open. You know what I mean? But if I start seeing this, the moving average do what it do in the alert system, you know what I mean? Start when the candlesticks start hugging all up and start going underneath, that's gonna let me know for real what's going on. Stuff I'm still learning to this day. I'm still learning stuff. But all this stuff that I'm learning, boy, woo, I'm gonna take it right to the bank with it. As long as you get out the house sometimes and get some type of, exercise, you could, man, shit. Hang with the family, take care of the bills, do what you gotta do. Man, I could sit here all day doing this shit, making money. To be honest with you. And I'm not, I need the money, but I'm not trading out of desperation where it's like I'm just making bad decisions. You know what I mean? So it looked like the price is going to keep going down, to be honest with you. I could stop this trade, but I wanted to make this video to show you the alert system and stuff like that. But again, I'm going to just keep the trade open. But again, just for learning purposes, you see how the moving average is responding. You see how this moving average, the orange, is responding as well. The orange moving average is slower than the blue moving average, so it's responding slightly behind what the moving average is doing. Okay? When I say behind, slower. Look at that. See what I'm saying? This was exactly why I use moving averages for situations like this. This is why I recommend you use moving averages. Imagine if you was trading, trend lines work and all that shit. We know that stuff work, but a moving averages do its job better. You can see a moving average is proactive. It's not reacting to what happened later. It's acting to what's going on now. That's the best way of trading. Something that's proactive. It's acting right now because we see what's going on with live price action. It's just like an alarm, a home alarm. You don't want nothing that's reactive after somebody break in the house, then it go off. You want something to let people know, get back. That's proactive. You know what I mean? Something that's doing its job already. And as we see, moving averages is doing its job. And look what this moving average is doing. Look at the candlestick. It's right back into a sell mode, right? You see how all this confusion could be confusing? You notice how the moving averages are flat as well? I was just talking about that. It's not that the algorithm don't work. It's the market condition. Look, it's flat. I was just talking about it. And that's why you see it's going back and forth. But again, once you buy my, my content, I don't want to call it a course because it's not a course. This is plug and perform. You know what I mean? But once you buy the information, this will let you know exactly what's going on and stuff like that. But look, kept the trade open based on what I was saying. And it's good this going on. This is just more learning. Even though you're going to buy my content and learn how to do this, you're still learning based on my YouTube posts. So I always go back to my YouTube posts because I'm going to always show you something new. Look at that. Price going up. Look at that. We got about 25 seconds until it's over. As far as like the candlestick right here, it lets you know the timing on the right side. Look at the moving average. You see how the moving average? But I want to see what's going on. So we got 10 seconds. All right, let me see. 5. Let me see. It's not over. The alarm not going to go off. It's not going to go off. See? Now you see how that blue went over the orange after the 5 seconds I told you. I knew it was going to do that. It wasn't going to go off. Why? Because it wasn't crossed over. It can only, the alert will only show up if the moving average is crossed over in one candlestick form. Then the alarm will go off. That's why I was able to tell you that. So again, we got another about 32 seconds and stuff right here. We see, right? The moving average right here is crossed over the moving average. We see that. So I could just be able to keep this right here. We should be able to see this easy. Okay. Look at the price going up. Look at the moving average. It's over the orange. Look at the orange starting to go up. Everything is reacting. It's proactive. It's not reactive. It's proactive. You know what I mean? It's reacting. Look, 5 seconds left. Moving average is crossed over. Watch this. Alarm about to go off. B stands for buy. I made it that way. You would have took this as a buy. You see the alarm. You heard the alarm. You saw the message. You see the marker. This is trade mode.